Tzu Chi volunteers provide supplies and care after eastern Taiwan was rocked by an earthquake. Taipei City Mayor visits Tzu Chi's free clinic center in Sultangazi, Turkey. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. On February 6, Hualien coastal area was struck by a massive earthquake, causing much destruction. The historical Marshall Hotel had collapsed, and some residential buildings were tilted. More than 200 Tzu Chi volunteers provide blankets and hot foods to comfort the frightened residents.
This night, Hualien was shaken hard. The earthquake in Hualien has shocked everyone in Taiwan. It was a magnitude 6 quake with multiple aftershocks and has caused serious destructions. The historical Marshall Hotel was a 41-year-old building, and it wasn't able to stand the earthquake, as well as many tourists were frightened by it.
It collapsed right away in just 1 or 2 seconds. Even the emergency stairway can't be entered because it all fell apart. So we checked every room to see if there were people in it, and we gathered them to the 4th floor and let them come down slowly from this window.
Other than Marshall Hotel, some resident buildings were leaning down entirely after the quake, and the rescue mission had to stop because the buildings were too tilted and dangerous. Hualien County government has set up refugee centers at Hualien Arena and Zhonghua Elementary School. Major hospitals in Hualien also take in more than 200 injured patients. Many injured patients flocked into the emergency room, and "fight" is still written all over their faces.
It's very scary, and I was very panicked.
On 11:50 p.m. February 6th, a magnitude 6 earthquake took place in Hualien's coastal area. The highest seismic intensity was 7, and more than 200 people have been injured, and half of them were taken into Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital.
The emergency room has taken in a great amount of injured patients, so we already have more than 100 doctors, nurses, and technicians standing by to help. We will check their conditions and determine the degree of their injuries, and of course we are all prepared for the heavy injuries.
Tzu Chi volunteers split up into 5 routes that include Fukang Hotel, Zhonghua Elementary School, Hualien Baseball Stadium, Tzu Chi International Dormitory, and Hualien Train Station to provide 1,000 blankets, 300 beds, and hot foods.
The weather is freezing, so we brought blankets first for everyone, and then Dharma masters from the Jinsi abode brought rice porridges and ginger soup. Our priority now is to keep the public warm.
Master Zheng Yan worries about the earthquake destructions profoundly, and she calls to understand the details on the scene. More than 200 Tzu Chi volunteers send out aid supplies and care right away to at least comfort the public from the horrifying experience. Among the plastic bottles that can be recycled, one type of them is PET bottles. In Master Zheng Yan's teachings, to talk about PET as a material that has good durability and strength. Master Zheng Yan taught us that to make good yarn, PET must be pure. With the same principle, to learn Buddhist teachings, we must get rid of our worries and afflictions.
你知道什么是 PET 吗？我们实际来问问看，小姐，你知不知道什么是 PET？ 你知道什么是 PET 吗？我不知道。你知道什么是 PET 吗？不知道。
We pick out the white and green PET bottles because they are finer and their purity is better.
PET has enough strength and better elasticity. It is also more stable. After dissolving it with high temperature, it can be extracted into yarn with stability.
It does not break even when we keep stretching it. You can stretch this for days without breaking it.
Stretching the yarn, the pure materials can create blankets that are used in disaster relief missions.
Thank you.
Okay, Happy New Year. You guys, with your heart, you know, taking care of people and whatnot, so yeah.
众生呢，要会当了解佛法啦，总是爱先甲杂杂支支的 那一些拉拉杂杂的烦恼无明，把它扫除掉菩萨道啦，中间会有批中空啦。咱若抽洗呢，爱用 PET， 内底呢，淋着迄个 PP 啦，甲 PE 淋着，哪怕是一点啊，一个沙粒啊，伫到迄个所在，迄个抽洗爱断去。
Purity means that other materials cannot be mixed with them. In our daily living, getting rid of afflictions and worries will leave us with a pure mind and makes our lives more meaningful and broader.
生命中爱 PET 好好呢，垃圾解去互除，咱头个回归倒转来，好好来利用行菩萨道。行菩萨道就是历练过，哪洗哪练啦，洗好清气。咱呢会当透过完成咱原来的本质。
I've never felt inferior. I've undergone treatments for 2 years. Although I still look ugly, but I think I have a beautiful heart.
"92-year-old Chen Xujingtu is a Tzu Chi recycling volunteer. At weddings or funerals, people in her community always seek help from her. Besides serving as a volunteer at a nearby temple every day, she also does recycling, as she wants to help Master Zheng Yan.
I'm 92 years old this year. Every morning after I finish drinking the multi-grain powder drink, I may go to the temple to worship the Buddha, clean the environment, and pick up recyclables. Once I see recycled resources, I must pick them up. In addition, whenever I see trash on the streets, I put it in another bag and throw it into the trash can.
当时开始做环保的。
安尼，阮老公这个我都做啊。
比50担更较久无？
有咯，阮的大孙都50-60岁啊。
My neighbors said that I'm the treasure of the village. If any neighbors need help, I'm always the first person who lends a helping hand. Since everyone comes to seek help from me, how can I refuse them? We can learn from the master's teachings. To be a good person, we should speak good words. We must not scold people, and we should have compassion in our minds and get along well with our neighbors. I'm so smart.
这上人讲的话，你哪有听吼？
有咯。 我顶日去啊，伊嘛讲叫过年就爱去，伊要甲我送红包咧。
I've known her for over 50 years, and I'm almost 80 years old. She is not selfish. She once put items in front of her house, but when she returned home to take them, she found all of them were gone. Despite the situation, she was not angry.
你去做环保的时阵啊，敢有欢喜？
有咯，欢喜要哪做？
你是知影伊遮物件，遮侪物件，切切叫人斗相共，所以你就欢喜吗？
嘿咯。
After selling recyclables, the master knows who are suffering and she may help them. We cannot say that only the master has obtained positive responses, but we have also received blessings. Otherwise, how can I still be healthy and do recycling? I'm 92 years old and I'm still healthy and strong. I have no problems with my health. The more I do, the happier I feel and the healthier I become.
From a scientific point of view, adolescence is 12 to 18 years old, but the latest definition says it can range from the age of 10 to 25. During this period, people are prone to strong emotional impulses and less rationality. Therefore, controlling emotions should be developed at an early age, with some parents sending their children to such courses.
确定一下，你们已经准备要挑战了。要跑的人哪几个？4个人跑。
In this course, a few games are led by the teacher, allowing these children to control their emotions. Some are quite angry and kick the wall.
For now, this generation of children all have very distinctive personal characteristics, including articulating their positive attributions and advocating their views, and even expressing their emotions.
There are no books, tables, chairs, or blackboards, but just open space where they use games for children to learn more about themselves, while also learning to manage and regulate their emotions.
When they were filming you, how did you feel? You seem like you were a little happier and when you placed and threw the building blocks over there. You need to learn how to better control yourself. This is not something that I can do for you as you have been influenced by your mood. I think that what I'm trying to say is that your EQ ability today is actually more than just controlling your mood or your feelings. Those who have a high degree of EQ can actually be more flexible and protect themselves from outside influence.
This is a video circulating on the internet. When a child goes into an emotional temper tantrum, she takes it out by throwing things. Here we can see that when these children suddenly encounter anger, they may clap their hands in dissatisfaction. Or say things that express their displeasure. These scenes are all too familiar to parents.
In fact, he has a more direct or confrontational personality. School teachers often told me this, and I felt hurt, but actually I don't know how to teach them.
Do you think that you have changed because of this class? I don't get as angry. If other people make me angry, I tell them not to make me angry.
If I have a bad temper and fight with others in elementary school, they will punish me, but they won't tell what my problem is or how to correct myself.
More and more parents are noticing the impact of EQ education on their children's future growth. Instead of sending their children to tutoring classes or arts classes, they're sending them to these courses to help them better manage their emotions.
If he is able to control his emotions better, then this will help him study other things, and it will help him do other things that he wants.
Controlling emotions is actually a very long-term process that they may not have learned in the past or don't have good training or experience, so that they hold on to the old pattern which they relied upon.
In the past 10 years, not only have parents gradually changed their concept of educating their children, but enterprises have also attached increasing importance to this issue as it pertains to managing the stress and emotions that their employees may feel. During this particular course, which was filmed, nearly half of the employees here were from corporate human resource departments.
Basically, I have encouraged employees who have experienced problems and won't commit suicide though they don't express themselves.
It's easy for me to fall into this situation. I can be just like them and fall victim to negative emotions. I may be gradually being brought in. So for myself, I actually have to develop myself and create my own character to do something.
Pessimistic people can see problems with every opportunity they are given, and I believe that optimistic people find an opportunity with every crisis they encounter.
Employees' ability to manage their emotions can have a positive effect on workplace efficiency. However, another psychiatrist, surnamed Lin, observed that the real source of pressure on young people in the workplace may come from senior executives.
The top leaderships of a company may experience lots of pressure and they will release it onto their colleagues. Sometimes we encounter high-level executives who feel their staff is not useful, but it's rare that they actually admit that they might be imbalanced.
If we make comparisons between different generations, Generation X executives in the workplace who are influenced by past educational environment may be depressed or have problems with their emotions because they were not educated in this area. However, Generation Y and even Generation Z youth who have adopted a pluralistic approach to education are more willing to face up to their own problems. This influence over the next generation may create stronger young people, truly able to live up to the challenges of the future.
To thank Turkey for donating a mosque to Taipei City, Taipei Mayor Ko Wen-je visited Turkey. He spent half a day in Sultangazi visiting Tzu Chi Free Clinic Center and participating in Tzu Chi's aid distribution. With Turkey Tzu Chi volunteers' introduction, Taipei Mayor Ke Wen-je visits Tzu Chi Free Clinic Center in Sultangazi. Seeing the large number of patients, Ke, who used to be a doctor, has much to say.
Even with more doctors, the center would simply attract more patients. After all, there are 3 million refugees here. How many of them can you take care of? Only about tens of thousands. The number is small compared to the total number of refugees, so we simply do our best with kind thoughts.
To help Syrian refugees, Tzu Chi not only established a free clinic center in Turkey, but also schools. Every month, Tzu Chi volunteers distribute monetary aid to more than 1,000 refugee families.
Thank you, Taiwan Tzu Chi, for your help over the years. We do not feel lonely because of your love. I want to thank Tzu Chi volunteers for coming with love. With your help, I can study again. I'm very grateful to you.
When you need help, there are others who need it more than you. I make donations to help those who need help more than me.
On the day of Mayor Ke's visits, Tzu Chi is holding an aid distribution. He seizes the occasion to participate in it.
I often say that people in Taiwan do not know how to cherish their own blessings, and they get into conflicts often. These refugee children have difficulties finding food. Look at some of the children who have to work for 12 hours in a day to help their families.
Although Mayor Ke only stayed in Sultangazi for half a day, the experience left a deep impression on him. He said he will bring the experience back to Taiwan and let more people in Taiwan learn to cherish their own blessings. As the Lunar New Year approaches, we take a look at the major Tzu Chi events that took place in 2017, beginning with January and February.
Một块一块装，寸寸爱呀，寸寸把路铺出来。铺寸寸路啦，就是用的是寸寸的爱，这样铺出来的，步步要踏实，要从方向开道铺路，我们日日要向前前进。
A week before January 2017. Tzu Chi sent a medical team to Jordan to provide free medical services for the needy and Syrian refugees there.
Okay.
Give me a fight! A teeny big hug! I love you! Yalla, off you go!
Being born in a refugee camp, this toddler has never seen an egg before. She was delighted with the eggs Tzu Chi volunteers gave her. Tzu Chi members also visited Prince Hassan to thank him for his support. As of 2017, Tzu Chi has been serving in Jordan for 20 years. In Serbia, Tzu Chi volunteers once again work together to serve the refugees stranded there. This time, the volunteers gave out undergarments as well as instant noodles provided by an Indonesian food enterprise to the refugees. The volunteers also prepared hot meals for them. In February, Tzu Chi organized nearly 20 concerts across Taiwan to fundraise for Syrian refugees in different parts of the world. The images played at the concerts deeply touched the hearts of people in the audience. People from all walks of life took part in the events, including singers, Buddhist Dharma masters, police officers, entrepreneurs, and Tzu Chi members.
Tzu Chi Dominican Republic Liaison Office recently held 2 blessing ceremonies in the community of La Romana, attracting 200 people.
As the blessing ceremony in the community of La Romana, volunteers have invited the elders of a hot food program and Tzu Chi school students to attend the event. The decoration is simple, but the atmosphere is warm. In the Tzu Chi Dominican Republic Liaison Office, everyone lines up to do good deeds.
I adopted a coin bank during a New Year's event. Later, after I saw Tzu Chi establish a school to help students, I then brought my child to the liaison office to participate in activities. This allows people who support Tzu Chi to see the achievements of children who have received help.
My concept of life is similar to that of Tzu Chi. When I first stepped into the liaison office, I felt like home because everyone were very kind. So of course, I can do my share for this home. I also hope that the participants who come here today can feel moved, just like me, and join the Tzu Chi family, spreading love to more people.
Instead of worrying about the current situation of society, we'd better turn it into confidence and do what we can to help the less fortunate.
Anyone can light the dark corner of society and bring happiness to people in need.
Taipei City Hospital hosted an exhibition of Chinese painting and calligraphy. As the works display the beauty of Chinese calligraphy as well as the wisdom of Jingsi aphorisms, the event organizer hopes the works can inspire patients and hospital visitors. Chinese painting and calligraphy volunteers' works are displayed in the hospital hallway. The works are mostly Jingsi aphorisms and auspicious paintings that express Master Zheng Yan's teachings. Among the works displayed, Lin Wangqian's calligraphy work of Tzu Chi's words of commitment expressed the faith of Tzu Chi volunteers.
She said clearly that we are to serve the public and society. We should serve without asking for anything in return. Therefore, I think Tzu Chi's words of commitment are worth promoting.
At the opening of the exhibition, many Chinese painting and calligraphy volunteers are also writing at the scene. Tzu Chi volunteers explain the content of the spring couplets, hoping that people will be willing to buy them. This way they can feel rich spiritually while also helping other people in need.
I can do my share to help other people in need. This way I can help the sick and poor people.
Since their Chinese calligraphy works are very beautiful, the people who come to the hospital really like them. I believe upon seeing these works that express Dharma teachings, they can feel the peace of mind and get inspired by the Jingsi aphorisms.
The exhibition works not only display the beauty of Chinese calligraphy, they also express the wisdom of Jingsi aphorisms. The organizer hopes these works will enrich people's spirituality. We leave you with these images of prayer ceremonies. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.